Hi guys, I'm Sarah Lynn, Senior Fitness Editor at Healthline. Today, I'm going to take you through some bodyweight arm exercises that require nothing more than a yoga mat, a towel, and a chair. Before we get started, there are 3 things to remember. Number 1, you need to balance your pushing, pulling, and holding. To get a balanced upper body workout, you should include a mixture of pushing exercises, like a push-up, pulling exercises, like pull-ups or bicep curls, and isometric exercises that require you to hold a position over time, like a plank. Number 2, check on your shoulders. To get the most out of any arm exercise, keep your shoulder blades in alignment as best as you can. If you're feeling pain or discomfort in your neck or shoulders, it's usually a sign that your shoulder blades aren't stabilized. For example, when you're pushing, as in a push-up, keep your shoulders pulled back instead of rounding them forward. Third, bodyweight exercises are great, but they're just the start. These exercises won't necessarily lead to the same strength gains that you would see with weightlifting. We'll start with a simple warm-up. You're gonna take your arms out to the side. Think of this as a posture exercise too, so pull your belly up and in, drop your tailbone down towards the floor, and those arms are gonna start to circle backwards 10 times. Small, tiny circles, just to warm up the deltoids, the shoulders, keep the ribs pulled in. 2 more here, and then you're gonna switch directions. Go forward 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do another set backwards 10 times. Tiny little circles. Try to hold your belly in. 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring your arms down to your side and lift them up to the front for a front raise and then a lateral raise. Let's try to keep those thumbs pointing towards the ceiling as you lift. And this is really gonna warm up your shoulders, your deltoids, but again, keep your core working. I wanna make sure that that's warm too. Up and out. 1 more here, up and out. Now bring those arms down. You're gonna lift one arm overhead as you reach the other arm behind you, and then switch. Reach and reach, okay? And then bring both arms down. We're gonna go into the archer pull next. So you're gonna bring your arms out in front of you. This gives you a little bit of rotation in your spine too. So imagine you're pulling back a bow and arrow. Reach behind you, bring it all the way back to the front. Other side, reach and come back. As you twist, think about trying to keep your hips facing forward. So you're really rotating from the waist up. Pull, keep breathing the whole time. Pull back, and forward. You should start to feel a little bit of warmth or burn in your shoulders at this point. And we'll do 1 more each side. Last time. All right, let's jump into the exercises. So to start with our workout today, we're gonna be on a mat on the floor. And if you have a hand towel that you can roll up, this is a really good prop to keep you in the right place for your shoulders. So lie on your back. And we're gonna start with the knees bent, your feet together, your knees together. Bring that towel down right to your thighs. From here, I want you to imagine pulling the towel apart, opening up your collarbone, keeping your ribs pulled in and your pelvis in neutral. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, you're gonna take your arms up over your head. The goal of this is to keep your ribs down when you bring your arms up. So let me show you what you don't wanna do. When you bring your arms up, what I don't wanna see is this, with your ribs popping up. So keeping the ribs down, pull those arms up. Let's do 1 more there, and then we're gonna add on. So you bring it up, bring it down. Now take it back and hold it. And I want you to float the arms up about 1 or 2 inches off the floor, and then you're gonna bend your elbows down, imagining pulling that towel apart and pressing back up. And do that again. If you really pull into the towel, you're gonna feel a lot more in your arms. And back up. As you pull down, slide the shoulders down away from your ears. So you think about a really long neck in this position. Let's do 2 more here. And 1 more. Now take those arms back up. I'm gonna have you roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. If it's too hard, take your feet out a little further so you have more room. That gives you a nice little ab transition. And then roll around onto your belly. From here, we're gonna take the arms out in front of you, reaching long through the arms. Float your nose right off the floor. Separate your feet hip distance apart. Pull the belly button into the spine If this bothers your toes or cramps your feet, you can always tuck your toes under or turn your legs out to the side. Tightening your glutes, I want you to breathe in. As you exhale, float the towel off the floor. Bring it back down. Exhale again. As you exhale, pull the belly button into the spine as if you're trying to pull the belly off the floor. When you lift, I want you to think about your shoulder blades, again, sliding down away from those ears. You should feel this in the lower traps, which are right beneath your shoulder blades. 2 more. 1 more time. Now bring it down. You can let go of the towel. You're gonna bring your arms down by your side as if you're reaching back behind you. This is a rear delt lift. So you're gonna squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep the legs long and on the floor. Exhale as you float the arms up. Bring them back down. Do that 4 more times. And then we're gonna add a chest lift. 2 more. 1 more time. Now, as you exhale, lift through the arms, but also lift your upper back and shoulders off the mat. This is like a Superman move. But notice that my feet are staying down. If you really want to target your upper back, it's important to keep your feet down, because as soon as your feet lift, you're going to go more into your lower back than your upper back and shoulders. And since this is an arm workout, we're really working on that upper back. Exhale up. Inhale down, 2 more. Exhale. 1 more time. From here, you're gonna push back onto your knees and come into an all fours position for Serratus push-up. This is a variation on a push-up that I love to teach because it's manageable if a push-up the traditional way is difficult, but it also targets this muscle right under here called your serratus. So what you're gonna do is squeeze the elbows inward, pull the belly into the spine and lengthen your spine in neutral. As you inhale, you'll stay here. As you exhale, you're gonna bend your elbows 3 times, aiming your forehead for the floor. And then press yourself back up. And do it again. Hug the elbows in as you bend. Press back up. Now, if you wanna make it a little more challenging, you can also lift your feet. But notice my knees are directly under my hips. We're not in a traditional push-up position, but you're actually right here. It puts more weight into the front of your body and therefore your arms. So down, 2, 3, press up. Down, 2, 3, 2 more. 1, 2, 3, press up. Hold those ribs in. 1, 2, 3, press up. Widen your knees, sit back into your child's pose for a minute so you get a nice stretch for your arms and back. Next, we're gonna find plank. Take a deep breath from here. Come back up onto your hands, shoulders directly over the wrists. Step back into your plank position. From here, breathing in, exhale, shift your body weight back into down dog. If this is the first down dog you've done of the day, feel free to pedal out your feet. Get a little bit of stretch. And then we're gonna come back to that down dog position, pressing the heels down. Bring your body weight forward over your hands. Look at the mat or the floor in front of you. Come all the way back. Exhale to plank. Inhale back. Exhale to plank. 2 more. Inhale back. Exhale to plank. 1 more time. Inhale back. Exhale to plank. Bring your knees down for a minute while I explain the next exercise. So this is where it gets a little harder. We're gonna be going from a plank to a side plank, back to plank, and then to the other side plank. As you turn, I want you to really generate the movement from your core. That's gonna keep you in the best position for your back and also take a little bit of stress off your shoulders. So, getting winded. You're gonna start with your hands underneath your shoulders, come into your plank position. Feet can be hip distance apart. From here, breathe in. As you exhale, move one hand to the center, twist your feet, and lift the other arm to the ceiling. Come back to center. And then repeat to the other side. Inhale. Exhale, move from the waist. Inhale. Exhale. It helps to squeeze your inner thighs as you go to that side plank position. Inhale. Exhale. And we'll do one more on each side. Last one. Now, I know that for some people, side plank is really challenging. Actually, for everybody, side plank is challenging. Let me give you a modification. If side plank feels unattainable today, then what I want you to try is the side plank on your knees. This is a modification to make it a little more accessible. You're gonna start with your knees stacked. Bring them back so they're in line with your hips, and one elbow comes down to the ground. From here, you can place your hand on your hip. You can reach this hand to the sky or just rest it. Breathe in from here and lift. Come back down. Always, with all plank positions, if it feels like it's going into your back or your neck, modify it. You're still getting a great workout. Last on the mat, we're gonna do a reverse plank. We're gonna start sitting, facing one end of the mat with the legs out in front of you. If this feels too hard on your hamstrings or hips, feel free to bend your knees. You're gonna take your hands behind you. Start with the fingers facing away from you. That's a little more friendly on the shoulders. And you're gonna breathe in. On your exhale, lift your body. Come back down. If you do it with straight legs, it looks like this. And down. Exhale. And down. Exhale. And down. Now, if you want a little more challenge for the shoulders, turn your palms so that the fingers face your tailbone. Breathe in, exhale up. And down. Exhale. And down. Two more. One more time. And down. Let's grab a chair and go on to the next section of the workout. So the first exercise here is the tricep dip. For the tricep dip, you can keep your legs straight or you can slightly bend your knees. Sometimes that helps with actually upper body alignment and posture, keeping your shoulders open. So you'll put your hands on the edge of the chair, walk your feet out, slight bend in the knee if you like, squeeze the elbows back, lift the chest. Breathe in as you lower down. Exhale, press through the triceps to come up. Exhale up. We're gonna go for 10. This is 3, 4, 5. As you lower down, try to keep your chest lifted. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Walk back and sit down. Okay, next we're gonna turn over for the incline push-up. I'll preface this by saying, if you prefer push-ups off the floor, go for it. Those are much harder. Incline push-up is a little easier for beginners and a nice way for you to get the form dialed in before you really add the challenge of doing it from the ground. So you're gonna turn around, hands go on the chair. I like to turn them off to the side a little bit and step back into your plank position, keeping the body nice and long in a neutral position. Press back through your heels, tighten through the belly. Inhale, bend, exhale, up. Inhale, bend, press. 3, 4, 5, we're going to 8, you got it. 6, 7, dig deep, 8, and push. Walk yourself back in. For the third and final chair exercise, we're gonna do a forearm plank in a decline position. The best way to get into this is to come down to your knees. Come into your forearm plank position. So coming down to your forearms, we're gonna hold this position. When you get into the right position, hold it for 5 breaths. So from here, place one foot, let me come out a little bit. One leg up on the chair, other leg goes up on the chair, and we hold. Breathing in and out. Breathing in, press down into your elbows and out. Breathe in, out. 2 more. In, out. The last one. You can feel that shake. Bring one knee down. And that wraps up the chair exercises. Let's move on to a cool down. All right, you made it to the cool down. Great work. You're gonna sit in the chair for this. I know that feels good. Take one arm out in front of you, palm facing up. You're gonna use your other hand to pull down on the wrist, or I'm sorry, on the fingers to really open up through the wrist and stretch the front of your arm, your forearm and your bicep. Hold your stretches for about 3 breaths, maybe 5, and then switch. One more breath. And bring your arms down. Now from here, we're gonna do a tricep stretch. You're gonna reach one arm up overhead, bend the elbow, reach the other arm up to the elbow and gently pull it down, or I'm sorry, pull your elbow over towards your head so your hand moves down into this tricep stretch. Again, hold for about 3 breaths, and then we'll switch. Quick little note about stretching. You really wanna leave the static stretches for the end of your workout. It's kind of a misconception, if you will, to hold a stretch before your body is warm. That's actually gonna put you at risk for straining or pulling a muscle. So in the beginning of your workout, you really wanna do some dynamic stretches, more so than static. Our last stretch of the day, and my personal favorite, is the chest opener. You're gonna reach behind you, and since you're in a chair, put your hands right on the back of those chair legs, slide them down, and open your chest. Slowly come back up, and you made it. You made it to the end of the bodyweight arm workout. Great job. Subscribe and follow us at Healthline Fitness for more fitness videos and tips, and I'll see you soon.